Hi everybody, Miss Andrea here. Today we're going to be making this leaf wall hanging. We're going to be making it with our initial, so obviously my initial is A, and you are going to make whatever initial is in your name. We use fall colors and we attach some leaves. So we're going to start by picking up our craft kit, which is our Take and Make Autumn Leaf Wall Hanging for grades 6 through 12. Inside your kit, you're going to have a piece of poster board. So it's going to be this size, and you're going to cut it into whatever size your initial you want it to be. We are also going to have in the kit a sponge to do your painting with, and we're going to have 3 colors. So this one has red, orange, yellow, and then finally it's going to contain some leaves. So with these leaves, you can either glue them onto your project like I did, or you can use them as a guide or as a stencil almost. I think that's what it is. It's a stencil, and when you paint, you're going to just paint on top of it and then pull your leaf off, and it'll be a nice white leaf background. And that's all that's in your kit. On top of that, you are also going to need let's put this to the side. You are going to need a pencil to draw out your initial. You're going to need a ruler. And you don't need a ruler, but I needed a ruler just to make sure that I was making my line straight. You can sketch out your initial any way you want to, and it will be perfectly fine. And you're also going to need some glue. I'm using hot glue because I think that holds it better, but if you don't have a hot glue gun at home, you don't need a hot glue gun. You can just use a glue stick, or you can use Elmer's glue. Whatever really you have at home, you can use. So we're going to get started by mapping out our initial. And I made mine about 2 inches thick. Really, you can make it how thick or thin, however you want it. Now, once you have your initial mapped out, like mine here, then you can begin to cut it out. So I made mine a little bit 3D, as you can see. So I put some sides on mine, and I put some sides on the back of it so that it sticks out on my wall a little bit, so it's not just flat on the wall. You can make yours again any way you want to. If you want yours to be flat against the wall, then just cut it out and you're ready to go. Oh, I forgot to mention that you need a pair of scissors. If you want it 3D like mine, then you're gonna have to cut out some 2-inch sides on the end, and you can glue them together on your project. So we're going to go ahead and cut out our letter now. This is a little tricky, right? When you get to the inside of your letter. Now I have to cut it out. If you have a razor at home, that would make it 100 times easier. If not, you can kind of use your scissors to make like a little hole in the middle, or just to go down the line, and then you can start cutting out your project. Like I said, here's your letter, all done, perfectly ready to go. And you can put this right on your wall just like that. Or you can cut out some sides and make it three-dimensional. Okay, so for the sake of not having such a really long video, we are just gonna leave it like this and start painting just like this. But again, if you want to spend some extra time at home to make it have sides and make it stick out a little bit more, you certainly can do that. You can start with any color you want. Inside your kit, you have one little sponge. You can either wash it off in between each one, or you can just mix the colors together because they're going to be mixed together anyway. And you just go ahead and start sponging your paint on. As little or as much as you want it is exactly how you should do it. There is no right or wrong with this project. This project is your project and you can do it any way you want to do it. If you don't like the colors that you got in the kit, you have paint at home, you can change it up. If you don't want it to look so, you know, fall-like, you can change them to any color you want. So I totally forgot as we were doing this. If you want to put the leaves on first so that you're using them as a stencil, then go ahead and kind of glue them on right now, which is what I'm going to do quickly. And just remember that hot glue is obviously hot, so just be careful of your fingers if you're using hot glue. And if you do this and then you don't like it with the white leaves, then you can go ahead and change that and then just re-glue your leaves on after you have painted already. Let's glue one more leaf on. Let's see. I didn't want to add too many leaves because then after fall, kind of looks weird, right? So I only added a few. And let's see. And then you take your sponge again, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to finish off my orange first, I think. And you know, make sure you're doing this on a surface that you don't want to get so messy. So right now I'm using the extra that I used to make my A, that I cut out as a bottom so that I don't get this on my nice little leaf tablecloth that I have here. Okay. And if you hot glue your leaf down like I did, it's all right. Okay. So then I'm going to switch colors and I'm going to put some red on too. Doing this just kind of adds dimension to your project, and gives it like a nice effect, and kind of adds all the fall colors together. And again, blending. Blend all your colors together as much as you want, but if you don't blend them together, it kind of just looks like you used a sponge to put color on, and it's not as pretty. Okay, and now we're going to add some yellow, and I think the yellow just gives it a little bit of again, that fall effect. And it adds the dimension that we were talking about before to your project. And as it dries, if you're not liking the color, you want to add some more, you could always just add some more color after that. And it really ends up looking like this. So if you can see the colors, they kind of all blend together and it makes it look a little bit more fall. And at this point, if you've decided that you want your leaves to be white, then you just go ahead and you pull your leaves off. I must have used quite a bit of hot glue because it's not as easy as I anticipated it coming off. So my leaves might just stay on. But if you do decide, yeah, that didn't give the effect at all that I wanted. So my leaves are just gonna stay on. But you can use yours as a stencil, maybe not, don't hot glue them on. Maybe just, you know, use some tape them down, and it'll give you the effect that you want. It leaves just some white parts on it. And the same thing with my leaf down there, but I'm leaving that on. So you can either, like I said, leave it on, take it off, and again, just let this dry. And so I don't like my leaf effect, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more paint and paint over that section, and then I'm going to re-glue my leaves back on so that they're glued on. You can also go outside. Obviously it's fall right now and there's a billion leaves on the ground. So if you want to just use some leaves from outside, because for this project you only got like 2 or 3 leaves depending on your kit. You might have gotten a little bit of a fancier leaf. So like I said, you can go outside, grab some more leaves and glue them on if you'd like to. And this is the end product, and once it's dry, you can hang it on your wall. If you have enough of the paper and you want to make your last name initial, you can certainly do that too. And you should have enough paint to do that. So I hope you enjoyed the project today, and I hope that you create your very own design and you have it in your room hanging up and you love it as much as I loved it. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.